It's the Jill of all trades, Michelle C, aka DJ Make a Move. She cute. Your host of Kandid Kisses TV, everywhere you need to be. And if you don't know by now, it's not your typical interview, y'all.
Kandid Kisses blown away. Kandid Kisses TV for tomorrow today. Man, throw that auto-tune on that bitch. Have you sound like Teddy Payne.
Hi there, this is Kim Cole, and you are rocking with Kandid Kisses TV.
It's your boy Talent, baby. Michelle and Kandid Kisses TV with my girl Michelle C. Don't take it personal.
Yo, what's up? It's bruh man from the fifth floor. In the ATL, chilling with Kandid Kisses TV.
What's up, y'all? You're watching Kandid Kisses TV with my homegirl, Michelle.
Hello there. Have you asked yourself what you're missing? I have. It's Kandid Kisses TV.
I think that one of the problems that we have is society wants to make the foundations of marriage and relationships conducive to what they want it to be at that time.
True. And
rather than having to be accountable to our actions, what we'll do is we'll just rewrite the framework. We'll just rewrite the contract. Oh, well, no, you know, this is that. You know, because ownership, it's almost like saying that because your teacher has the role of being your teacher, that you're less than your teacher. You're both human beings, you just have different roles.
Right.
And so I think there's a lot of propaganda against relationships where we try to make it seem like it's slavery. When in reality...
For women it has been though.
Now, how do you feel?
It has been. I will second that. I mean, you're talking about in the 1960s, before there was an idea of no-fault divorce. We saw a spike in divorce, especially in like liberal states, what we call liberal states like California and Texas. We saw people when no-fault divorce was introduced. We saw divorce go through the roof, right? So what the Christian right wing said was, see, you're giving people an out in marriage, and now you're going to see this spike in divorce. But in reality, we can look back. You really like about a 50-year scope when you start to really study people, right? So in looking back about 50 years, what was happening was women were being abused, and women were being looked at as cattle. Women it was a woman would be physically abused to go to court, and the husband used to have to give her permission to get out of that marriage before there was a such thing as no fault divorce. So no, it is correct that it was a point in time that women were looked at as straight up property. But to your point, Philip, today in 2020, cheating, which I've had a first-hand account with cheating, is really just a matter of self-control.
Yep.
Right? Because the issues that both parties are having those same issues. The urges that both parties are having, they're both having those same issues.
Right.
The circumstances being changing, the heat being turned up based on different life events, whether it be health, wealth, economy, whatever it is, both are experiencing that. But what's happening is people are just not secure enough in themselves to really react constructively. That's really what's happening.
Right. You need courage, and you need self-discipline. You need courage.
Yeah.
To say, look, this is where I am. Because anytime that I have stepped out, it's never been fulfilling. It wasn't like, I feel great about it now. It's like, shit, I gotta watch my back.
Yeah.
Make sure that my tracks are covered, and they never get. I'm a terrible cheater. You know what I mean? So it's not that, and so then you have to. You're forced to deal with the fallout of the relationship or whatever comes with that. I tell my kids, frequently, we are here, but make no mistake about it. No matter what's being done wrong now. Daddy had a contribution in this way back, and we're dealing with the outcome of that. We're dealing with like not making wise decisions. So so you don't. To your point, yes, you do need to have. It is a matter of just self-discipline because everybody's going through. Everybody copes with stress and with just the challenges of life differently. But I also want to push back on. I think this is why I don't think people want to cheat. I don't think people want to do away with tradition. I just think that we've had a few centuries of like this of marriage being based on love to figure out that maybe this thing is not working out the way we have imagined it to be able to work out. And so like this, people are just trying to I don't like, for me, I don't like, I'm 30, I'll be 38 in October. I don't even want to be involved with multiple women on a physical level. Right. Like I don't have the energy for it. I'm in the best shape of my life, but I still don't have the energy for it. So it's not that. But the honesty, I like there's a certain level of honesty that you get that seems to be you have to be on purpose. You have to on purpose make room for that same kind of honesty in your relationship. That it's easier to achieve outside of a relationship. You can talk to a lady friend about a number of things. She's like, yeah, and be really there. Right. You can tell your significant other that, and it's like everything leads back to
them.
Right, and it's like
putting yourself in that.
No, that's not why I said that.
Well, that was, and I'm sure Erica could piggyback on this. I think your relationship has to be really based on friendship, right? I think
absolutely.
Yes.
That's
yes.
number one.
Because you have to be able to.
That's right.
Yeah, right. Because you have to be able to talk to your partner like a friend, like
absolutely.
Even if you're not getting enough sex, or or if you're not feeling very healthy, right. That the friendship component is really coming in there. The thing that I think is two things I'll say about cheating. One, there's a difference between picking someone new while you're leaving something else, right? Mm-hmm. Like I think we've always had like some overlap. You know what I mean? And when we're going to a new thing, right? That's not the part of cheating I have an issue with. The part of cheating I have an issue with is people are doing their dirt and then coming back home to you, right? Doing their dirt, coming back home to you, right. Mm-hmm. Because it's doubly bad because it's hurtful to you mm-hmm. as the partner or as the one that's being cheated on, but it's also bad for the person that they think that they're starting something new with you too. Right. Mm-hmm. So this person that you're doing whatever you're doing, you didn't just come up with them and just take your pants off. You had an emotional commitment with them. You had an emotional entanglement with them. You said I did that. Mm-hmm. Should I do a play? You've intertwined your lives in such a way that for some reason they think you care about them too. Mm-hmm. So it makes it doubly bad. If that's a word. Because it's on both sides. both people are living the byproduct of your inability to commit, inability to have self-control, and guess what? You're not disclosing that to either person how much you don't have self-control.
So let me ask you this: has everybody on this panel has at least been cheated on or been a cheater?
I'm probably the only one that's been a cheater.
Okay, but you've been cheated on.
Yeah, but I think I've had some overlap.
I've been cheated on.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask each individual person, what was your experience after the cheat? How did it make you feel? Like, and does it affect your future thinking of relationships?
You're just gonna start with me, huh?
Okay.
It impacted me a lot. I mean, a lot of the cheating that happened in my life was earlier on. So like when I was a younger man, and so I think that how I internalized it was like foundational. So then it was like, you know what, all women are not great people. All women are not like made of sugar and spice and everything nice. Because I was raised by women, so my perspective of women was a bit slanted, and so I thought that they were always the victim. Oh, that guy messed over, or that whatever the case is. But then when I kind of realized, you guys can make some pretty dumb decisions on your own, no help, So then at that point, I don't think it was devastating, but it definitely caused me to have a little bit more. I raised my standard as it related to preemptively the things that I would look for. So it's like, if you do this, it's probably going to be a no. No judgment, just not willing to do that. Or if you have these type of characteristics, if this is your track record, I still got love for you, but that's not something I'm willing to put myself through and then roll the dice and see how it turns out. And so I think that it has impacted me, as an adult man. It definitely makes dating harder because my level of expectation, not on the surface level, but as it relates to character, it's a bit real. I'm probably not going to deal with a whole lot of things that I would find myself telling a teenage girl not to do.
I mean, what you're talking about is being red pill aware is what you call it online, right?
Come on with it.
So I just got red pill aware like maybe in the last few years because I was cheated on in my previous marriage, right? And I had no idea. I had no idea that a woman could even hold on a long-term affair, you know, and no, I didn't. I was one of those ones that looked at the person I'm with in the lenses of my mama.
Yep.
You know, in the lenses, in the lenses of, this person is completely 1,000% committed. You know, I'm out here chasing the bag. You're holding it down at home. You know, I was looking at things through a very like traditional, framework. You know, being a simp pretty much, and it's not until something like that happens to you that you do get that awareness, and you wish you never got that awareness.
Yeah.
Really. You really wish you could stay in like this like
Innocence.
Tunnel vision level of innocence that you think like people aren't really doing it. It's like seeing somebody get shot.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, wow, first of all, they died, but then this person shot them. Like, whoa, okay. You didn't even know the world was that evil until you saw it with your own eyes. You know? So I think it super changes you to the degree that you're almost like shocked. You're almost shocked that someone could like do this to you,
Right,
especially a
like,
person.
how fine am I? You see how fine I am? Like,
That's never why you do it though.
it is for me, cause I don't let some other get a chance that didn't deserve it.
If a man cheats up, he about to leave your ass.
That's a fact.
If he cheat down,
That is
he
a
love you.
fact.
He love you.
Well, they have all cheated us. First of all, well, then guess what? I must be the most done because they all have cheated down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a fact.
But I tell you this, ain't no man.
You don't cheat up this thing.
Ain't no man up here that can take their wife out here being for the streets. So
No.
Right.
you can't take it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And I thought I could. You know what I mean? I thought I could like get through that. But man, please, you need to be real with yourself and try to and think to yourself, can I deal with this woman who's done what she's done? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. You know what I mean? And I'm supposed to go back to like the way it is. You know what I mean?
Well, I got a question. How did it? Because I know that changed you. I've been through that too.
Yeah.
How did it get you back to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm ready to trust again?
You really.
I know that's right.
I mean, well, no, real talk. Your friendships are what help you heal, right? Your friendships. I mean, although I did some hardcore therapy, but your hardcore therapy probably one,
Therapy is dead.
right? Hardcore therapy one, and your friendships two. But I just happened to get lucky and married a friend.
No.
So having that friend to help you heal, and then they just happen to be dope too. I mean, I literally got help. I really just got lucky.
Yeah.
I don't recommend that for anybody at home playing. You know what I mean? But but I just got lucky.
Another thing that will really help you though, because one of the things that helped me is because when you're in that narrow focus of the trauma, so you're just looking at what happened to you.
Right.
Everybody sucks. Because now you're looking at it through the through the lens of everybody sucks. But then every now and again you'll be able to run across someone that will remind you everyone isn't like that.
That's a fact.
You suck, not everybody. And so once you realize that everyone doesn't suck, now you're telling yourself, there is still an opportunity for me to find something good. There is still an opportunity for me to be in a relationship with someone that is not my enemy. Not the enemy of my peace or my safety, emotional safety. So
and really, you start to realize that people don't cheat out of a malicious type of intent. They really just have a skewed worldview. Because one of the things my ex told me
So
was,
they're retarded.
yeah.
Well, they have some life experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, retardation. So
we can't really help trauma. I mean, there's some trauma that happens in a person's life that attributes to some of their decisions and relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things my ex said was, well, I just figured you were cheating too.
Why?
Yeah, and I thought to myself like, what?
But that goes to show you that she knew that you were the upgrade, but she wasn't.
I don't know what was in that, but I remember her saying that, and so I remember, someone's worldview is a big deal when you're talking about marriage counseling, when you're talking about pre-marrying somebody, pre-courtship, how they see the world, and to your point, Erica, with the trauma, when you're in that courtship and someone tells you, hey, I had a cocaine addiction, guess what? It's okay. It's okay for you to walk away because you don't want to deal with that.
Of course.
It's okay. It's okay to walk away if someone says, "Hey, I cheated on my first husband." I'm just letting you know that it's okay to walk away from that. And I need folks to know that it's okay that you don't want to deal with that, because there are certain things that had I known that my first wife had done in her past, that if I'd have known that, I would absolutely 1,000% walked away, and I don't care if it was the day before the wedding.
But that goes back to you saying build that friendship.
Absolutely.
Because y'all probably came together because
somebody was lying. Oh,
right.
Somebody was 100,000% lying. You know what I'm saying? Like if you because most women would say if a man told them that they used to date men, that they would run away.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Well, I had to be one of those men that if you told me you date women, I would run away too.
Right.
Because I'm confused of what your taste
what you want,
is
exactly.
Like. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? I'm not trying to walk that journey with you. I'm sorry. I just don't want to work that journey with you. So
shout out to Niecy Nash.
You
know what I mean? Oh yeah.
And it's got to be okay, because like you were talking about having the strength or the courage to walk away. Man, society will have you thinking that you're a terrible human being for having a standard for yourself. Like, I don't want to accept that. Oh, you picky, or you choosy, or you're judging, and it's like no, I just have a.
We all judge. We come in the world judging. You just don't want to admit that you're a judge.
Yeah.
Well.
Or even those who are believers, you feel like I'm obligated to continue to experience this infidelity or stay in this relationship because that's the right thing, Christian thing to do.
Right.
And it's like.
Let me also be clear. I haven't been married. I didn't cheat on my wife. I'm just put that out there. I don't want.
Only people that are married.
I do believe in being faithful to your wife.
Only people that are married.
Not to your girlfriend.
We're all several.
I have a question though, but to that point, so how do you know you can be monogamous in a marriage if I don't know if you've experienced that in a non-marital.
I have.
Okay.
Yeah, the person I was going to marry, I was 100% faithful.
So
I can attest to that. I can attest to that.
That caused you.
There was no. It was. I was ready to get married. I committed to the commitment, and I was committed. There was nothing. There was no. There's a certain mental preparation, and this is why, and I'm pretty sure you can attest to this. Like, you can date a lot of women, but there are only going to be a couple women in your life where you're like, okay, let me prepare my mind to marry you. Yeah. That's a totally different. Yeah. That's like boot camp. And so for me, I've only done it one time, and I was successful at it. So I know how to be faithful. Right. You know what I mean? I just also know how to not be faithful. Right. Are we on to me as far as my? Okay. Let me also say this. I don't know if I've been cheated on more than it's been admitted to me. So only one person that has ever admitted to it, and I'm only saying that because I've known so many good women who have stepped out on their boyfriends, fiancés, and husbands. Right. That I think men we don't think that to your point, we're looking at what our moms would do to us, right? And it's not apples to apples. It's never apples to apples.
No.
So if you see your wife like that or your significant other like that, then you're not gonna like check her text messages. You're not going to, like there are things that women go into relationships doing. Like your woman's gonna check your text messages. She's gonna like open your mail. Like she's like there are certain just
textbook.
Right, it's just like this is standard. Don't tell me you're different because you're not. Like you're gonna do this,
or they're thinking it.
Right. They're telling right. You're gonna do it, right?
But texting you right now.
Right. So the impact of me finding out that I was cheated on was like, well, I kind of figured that. Yeah. Well, I kind of earned that one though. It was okay. So you thought it was I mean, it was like okay. I have been kind of like really out here, so I was hurt by it, but that's not why we broke up. It was, and it actually created a moment of like, okay, this is what it is. Like, let's be transparent.
So could you stay if you find out your wife cheated on you?
My wife, it's not a deal breaker for me. No, it's not. What's a deal breaker for me is like, and I know this sounds oxymoronic. It's like disloyalty. It's like I literally just said I know this is oxymoronic.
Okay, well,
right. I don't see sex the way a lot of people see sex. Okay. I just don't see it that way.
Well, how do you see it?
I think you can.
Twister.
I just don't see sex the way I don't see it. I don't see it in the traditional sense.
Okay.
It's not something to do, but like sometimes it can be an expression of your emotional connection to somebody, and sometimes it could be anything other than that.
Okay.
And so for me, if you tell me that if I find out that you cheated, I want to figure out, okay, let's trace our steps.
So why did you cheat?
Right. And those steps still, for me, it begins that, okay, there was a break in our communication. You know what kind of atmosphere was in place. That just caused the breakdown. And while it's not my fault that you cheated, if I find that there's more worth in the relationship, if there was worth in the relationship prior to you cheating, then I can work through it.
Okay, just to play devil's advocate, I could feel what you're saying. I could probably rock with that, maybe like 60%. My first wife was trash in general, so if she was trash in general,
I'm not agreeing with you on that.
Yeah, I'm just saying she was trash in general. So if you're a trash wife in general and then you cheat, you might as well be asking me to put an engine in the 87 Corolla.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and let it go.
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead and donate this month.
I think you guys you're just better human beings than I am. I get it.
I'm just saying I could give it some credence if she was like a major upgrade in my life.
And then it's like this. It's like, okay, what posture are you in when you're found out that you like? Are you remorseful? Are you like baby, let's figure this out? Like, okay,
exactly.
I will lay on this railroad tracks and get this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean, if you're gonna knock all of the building blocks down, am I willing to build them back up with you?
Right. Yeah. Let me unfuck it up.
Again, my ex was not like that. My ex was not like that at all. So again, it really depends on like. Okay, I like to give this example to people. With Diddy and Cassie, right? People say, man, Cassie's so stupid. She stayed with Diddy this whole time and knowing he didn't want to have a baby. Well, what was the totality of their look at a relationship as a whole package?
Yeah.
You know, you're dealing with a guy who cheats on you, but you guys are on a 50-foot yacht, like
right?
You know what I'm saying?
It's a little different.
No, I'm just saying. Really, you gotta weigh these things out. You really gotta weigh these things out. It's like he.
Well, at that point, I don't think it's a relationship. If this, I'm trying to come up, and if you cheating,
no. You're taking the comfortableness too. Like the comfortableness is a part of the package. Is what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a financial exchange. I'm not saying he's freaking cash paying you. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm saying you gotta take the comfortableness into account. Is all I'm saying. Like you like I'm cheating on you in Saint-Tropez. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I'm saying. It's not the same thing as, Ray Ray, who's a trap star, you know what I'm saying? And he cheats on you and y'all in his mama's basement. Right. Those are two different things. So I can understand the logical place that a woman have to be in to just stay there and hope that it works out. But I'm hoping that it works out on silk sheets. You know what I'm saying?
It's hot though. And you got
Make sure you tune in for part 3 next Monday. Tune in every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Kandid Kisses TV, y'all.